Hello all, I'm Sai and in today's video I'm bringing to you my spoiler-free review of When Love Came Calling by Preeti Shenoy, which is my book club pick for the month of October. Now this is an Indian new adult romance book and it was really sweet to read. I have already talked about this before. Preeti Shenoy has easily become one of my favorite authors and this book just lived up to all the expectations that I had in mind. Preeti Shenoy's books are very middle class, very modern, and more than everything, so much Indian in their roots. So I totally love reading all of her books. The sequel for this book is also out now, and I have a copy of it on my shelf. I'll be reading the book pretty soon. So without any further ado, let's get into the review of this book writer. Now, starting with the plot, we follow our two main characters, Pooja and Arush. Pooja is in the second year of her college and Arush is in the final year of his course in fine arts. Pooja lives in Kochi, Kerala and Arush is from Derby in UK. His family has settled there from India and Pooja is the daughter of this huge businessman and she's super wealthy. What ends up happening is Arush comes from UK to a small volunteer program in Wayanad for completing a course in his final year of fine arts. During the same time, Pooja is also forcefully included inside that volunteer work by her mother because Pooja pretty much seems aimless in her life. When both of them come here and meet each other, the meeting scene itself is really cute and different from anything that I've seen before. And from then on, they become friends first and then fall for each other slowly. They spend like 2 or 3 weeks together inside the camp and they fall in love very slowly. Okay, it's not something that happens all of a sudden. It takes time. There are a lot of midnight conversations that happen between each other. Arush likes the way Pooja thinks and Pooja likes Arush for the way he is very shy, timid and also his art so much. Both of them learn a lot from each other of how to live life and what all they need to do so that it can help a lot of people in their lives. Some things happen because of which Arush has to move back to UK sooner than he intended to, because of which both of them get separated. They are still in love but they are very disconnected from each other because of all the things that happened. What is the future of their love? What are they going to do? And will they be able to live without each other is the plot of this book. It is definitely suitable for anyone who's over 15 years in age and even if you're an adult like in your 40s and 50s, I'm pretty sure that you will end up loving this book for the way in which the characters are written and the story is progressed. Moving on to the characters, I can say that the best and strong part of this book is the way in which the characters are developed by the author. Both Pooja as well as Arush are very different. Okay, they are like polar opposites to each other, but both of them just fit in with each other really well. They have disagreements. It's not like everything is good always, but they also agree to disagree, which just makes the story even more realistic and interesting. Both of them act their age too. Okay, Arush is in his early 20s, like he's nearly 21 or 22 and Pooja is not even 20 yet. I think she's just 19 years old inside the story. Both of them have their age and both of them also act like from the background where they are from. Okay, Pooja is basically this very wealthy kid who's kind of spoiled too. She's not someone who has a lot of ambitions in life and she's trying to find her path, for which also she's continuously being nudged by her parents and her sister. While Arush has a clear view of what he wants to do in life and he's very clear that his career is in arts, even though he does not have that great support from his parents, just like any other Indian parents when it comes to choosing a career which is out of a professional degree. Arush also faces the same problems, but he's ready to take on his life as his own responsibility and do all the things that he has to do in order to reach his goal. Arush is very shy and Pooja is very outspoken and they have this shy and sunshine kind of relationship which goes on. Apart from both of these main characters, Pooja's parents who are Chaitra and Krishnan also play a really huge role inside the story. For most part of the book, we can see that Pooja's family is more involved in the story rather than Arush's family is. It's not like we don't get to see Arush's family at all. We also get to see them, but not as much as we see Pooja's family because there are so many troubles going on here compared to that of Arush's. We also have a mutual friend character for both of them named Sujit, who becomes Arush's friend because of Pooja and what all he brings into the story too. Most of the story happens in different parts of Kerala and is very beautifully written by the author. Since she's also originally from Kerala, she's able to bring in a lot of natural flavors from the lush green lands of the state. So in terms of characters, I can say that both of these characters shine individually and also work out really well together. Moving on to the writing of this book is super easy, okay? Even if you're like an outright beginner, you can easily go forward and read this book confidently because that's the thing about Preeti Shenoy's books. The stories are not normal at all. They are on another league, but the way in which she writes them is super easy. It's not easy that it is very basic too. It has a nice taste to it. I find it very difficult to recommend some really good books to people because most of the people who ask me for recommendations are beginners when it comes to reading and I cannot recommend them books which are difficult to read even though the story or the whole essence of the book is good. That's the thing that I like about Preeti Shenoy's books so much, because they are not just worth the read, but they're also super easy to read. So even if you're a teenager, you can definitely go forward and read any of her books, which are okay to be read by teenagers, because you need not put in a lot of effort. It is so easy to understand, and it's also quite sophisticated in its level of communication. The descriptions inside the book were also really good. I said that Arush is an artist, right? So you'll have to be able to see the world from an artist's eye in order to show the world in such beautiful hues, if you ask me. I know that Preeti Shenoy also is so much into painting, and that shows in the way in which she has written Arush and the way in which, his scenes are specifically written inside the book. There is this chunk of the story where Arush goes and learns to paint Kerala murals, and I was dead completely during that time, because I was there, okay? I was there along with Pooja and Arush, seeing all the things that are happening there. It felt like that to me. So most of the writing concentrates on the setup in which the book is taking place, at the same time the development of both of these characters. There's also this other chunk of writing which was really well done, especially in the last third of the book where most of the plot happens. And after reading that plot, one thing really came to my mind, which is that this should be a Netflix limited series, because the last third of the book can easily take up like 2 episodes of a 5 or 6 episode long series. I just thoroughly enjoyed the writing. I have enjoyed her writing ever since I read the first short story that I read by Preeti Shenoy. Until now, that same experience is repeating for me over and over again. So the writing in this book is not just easy to read and navigate, but also very picturesque. Finally, talking about the pacing of this book is very fast, okay? It is smooth and fast at the same time. There are things happening over and over again continuously, and it keeps the story moving too at a really good pace. We can finish reading the entire book in just one sitting itself, because it just hooks you in and keeps you engaged throughout. Something keeps on happening between Pooja and Arush, and it's mostly not at all miscommunication, okay? Which is kind of the beaten approach that is used in romance in most of the romance books that I've read. Here, there's very little miscommunication, that also because of the lack of communication. But apart from that, I cannot say anything as an issue with the pacing of this book at all. I totally enjoyed reading the entire book, and once I finished reading the book, there was this one thing which I had in my mind, and it is that this needs to have a sequel. I want a sequel for this book. I did not know that there was a sequel, which is All the Love You Deserve. I actually have it right here, which is this book. I'm planning to finish reading this in December itself. Let's wait and see. It's also very short, like When Love Came Calling. So yeah, in terms of pacing, it is really fast paced. You can finish reading it in just a day. And as I said before, it's perfect for beginners. So if you're watching this video and still have not ordered the book, why not? Go forward, order the book. It's one for you. I'm pretty sure that no matter whom you are, you will enjoy reading the book. And I ended up rating this one 4.5 out of 5 stars. So yes guys, that's it for my spoiler-free review of When Love Came Calling by Preeti Shenoy. And I hope to read the sequel very soon. If you did find this review useful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also share it with your friends. And if you want to get more content from me, do subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.